Hey YouTube, John here. I wanted to talk about goals for the coming year. Let's get after it. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm not really a fan of resolutions. I'm more of a strategic goal setting guy. So I think that I wanted to give you guys a little inspiration and hoping that you can help me with a little inspiration as well. For the coming year, I think that having a list is the way to go. So, I'm gonna unlock my cellular device where I have a list of things. So it's 2023, we made it. That's awesome. Let's keep going. Let's go ahead and build some momentum early on in the year by completing these goals so that the rest of the year can go swimmingly. Let's get to the list. Training. So this is gonna be kind of a big one. Go ahead and expand it a little bit. Not only physical training. I've been working out about 3 to 4 times a week. I'm looking to push that. I want to push it to about 5 or 6 days a week. I'll lose another about 20 pounds, maybe gain some strength, but definitely work on my endurance. Make sure that I can run, 4 to 5 miles, which I used to. Granted, I wasn't nearly as strong as I am. Still important. Along that, not just physical training, I want to go ahead and mentally train. I want to go ahead and expand my knowledge base, my memory span, make sure that I can manage projects as I need to. Training part 2. So the other training that I want to do is preparedness style training. I'm going to be covering some of the trainings that I've been through and some of the trainings I'd recommend, some of the ones that might not necessarily need depending on who you are as a person. I want to go through more firearms training courses. Those are great. Don't get me wrong. I think there's a time and place for each of those, but also the different types of training that you can go through that are preparedness related. There's medical, there's communications, which is probably one of my weakest links. There's permaculture, there's livestock. There's so many different courses that you could take. And I'm gonna bring you guys along for the ride and show you some of my recommendations. Raised bed gardens. So this is actually a project that I'm getting ready to get going and get cracking on, to go ahead and build about 12 raised beds that I can go ahead and throw everything that I want in there to make the perfect soil, in my opinion. Out here we have kind of a sandy clay mix, and I'd rather stay away from that. I'd rather throw compost and cardboard in there, a little bit of soil just on top to mix it in, and then let it rest, let the vegetation decompose that's in there already. Let the bugs go in and out, and absolutely love it. And then have that ready by spring. Have the garden ready to go. Make sure it's raised so it's a little easier to interact with. You don't have to bend down, you don't have to be on the ground. So obviously that's helpful. Building an orchard. It's not as easy as it seems. And it does take a little bit of income to get it started. But this is something that I want to start just as soon as spring hits. Granted, it's the second week in January and it's about 75 degrees outside. I still want to go ahead and wait because I'm sure that there's a freeze coming. So I want to go ahead and make sure that the ground is ready to go. Be tilling up an area back over there, which you guys can't see. And go ahead and build an orchard. I'm thinking apples, throw in some citrus, probably some pecans, for you guys down south. It's an orchard. Give it 3 to 5 years, and then I'll have a constant supply of very nutritious food that is fairly low maintenance. It'll take care of itself, which is what I'm going for. Want to get a larger flock of chickens. I'm sitting right below 20 right now. I like to get up to about 30, maybe 35. Have a nice genetic variety, a nice blend of breeds, and be able to grow more eggs, be able to grow more meat, have a constantly replenishing supply of meat. So as new ones are hatching and growing, I'm able to cull some to go ahead and supplement the protein of the eggs. So definitely want to get a bigger flock. Bees. I want to get bees. I think that they are an exceptional addition to any kind of homestead style property. It really helps with the pollination, to growing vegetables, to growing fruits, to growing everything. They're an amazing addition, and I know that right now there's colony collapse going on with a lot of beehives. So anything that I can do to actually help the environment and the local area, I'm all for it. So bees, not just for honey. Building a group. This is one of the most important ones, and it's one of the ones that a lot of preparedness individuals struggle with. And I get it. Being a preparedness-minded person, you're kind of independent. You want to make sure that you and your family are taken care of, are safe, and you don't want to put that into the hands of someone else. You might not know them. They might let you down. I get it. I used to live on the East Coast, and I built a group with some other gentlemen, and it was something fantastic. It was great. We helped each other quite a bit. And I have no doubt in my mind that if I ever needed them, they would be there. So I think that our independence, it's difficult to cede a little bit of that and saying, hey, I do need help. I can't do this on my own. I mean, if you roll your ankle, what are you going to do if, the balloon's gone up? You got to sleep sometime. Who's going to pull security while you're sleeping? Having people to rely on is definitely important. And I've met a lot of wonderful people out here since I moved over to Texas. I want to go ahead and build those relationships with a lot of those people. I want to build a group that I'm proud of, that I'm happy to be a part of, that no one feels forced. They actually want to be there. They want to better themselves. They want to better the group. If things go badly, they know that I've got their back just as much as they've got mine. So that's the goal for this year. All right, so some personal goals that I have. I'm looking to increase my income. Why am I saying that on a preparedness channel? Well, because then I'm able to extend my area of influence. I'm able to go ahead and build the systems that I need to get into place so that if something does go bad, my family and the rest of my neighbors, my group, we can all perpetuate normalcy. So, personal goal, create more income. I think that's huge. My goal is to have a low information diet. A lot of the preparedness channels saw success from a couple YouTubers when they would show current events as far as it pertained to the preparedness community. And a lot of smaller channels decided to jump on board and make their own newscast show, whatever. And it was just the same thing, recycled and regurgitated. I like to use it when I was working. It was great background noise, but it was very repetitive. So I'm looking to reduce that by probably 75%. Maybe watch a sit rep Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then just move on. Go ahead and continue being productive with my day and not have all of this doom and gloom content. Not saying all of it's bad, but it's something to consider. Maybe a low information diet's the way to go. Finally, this isn't something that I normally talk about on the channel, but I think it's important. I want to grow closer in my relationship to the Father. I think that it's one of the reasons that I'm out here. I absolutely believe it. I believe that by the hand of the Father, He brought me and my family out here. He wants us here for some reason, and I might not know it, but that's okay. I think furthering and growing that relationship with Him is going to yield just an amazing life. And if He needs to move me somewhere else, I'm going to listen. But I think growing that relationship, listening to it, only great things can come from it. Well, guys, those are my goals for 2023. I'm sure I'm going to add to the list as I, methodically knock them out. What I'm really curious of is you. What goals are you doing? I'm going to take inspiration from this, as hopefully you take inspiration from the list that I have. I want to hear what you guys are doing for 2023 to go ahead and become better prepared or just better in general. If you could put those in the comments, that would be awesome. If not, just give me a like. I'm just kidding. If you guys don't like it, just hit the thumbs down twice. Anyway, that's all I've got. I appreciate you guys staying till the end. And thank you so much. Let's crush 2023. Peace.